And this is the reason why a lot of men end up marrying somebody who's a maid but not a friend.
Bro,
This
I'm
is
gonna throw some your way, and I want you
and
to answer that.
this is the reason why she's washing your clothes. She's doing everything that you want her to do, but you don't want to talk to her. She easily irritates you because you don't even like her.
That's what I want to get to. Thank you for going there.
You don't even like her.
Bro, I've talked to several married men who told me that they don't like their wives. I asked them, well, are you at least friends with your wife? They're like, friends?
I bet they do. I bet they do everything for him, though. They do everything for him, though.
Nothing but the truth. Most men, they get married to women that make life easier for them. Naive, calm, quiet, harmless, that cannot confront them or hold them accountable of their BS. This is sad reality.
Can I say something?
You make enough money to marry a maid. I mean, to hire a maid. I mean, and then marry a friend, right?
Wow.
If you want, if that's what you want, and so what you really want is somebody to cater to your egos,
Your brokenness.
your brokenness,
Yeah.
because you didn't get that to Jesus.
Woo. Go ahead. Go, sis.
Can I say
Yeah.
something? I have thought it a bit interesting that it does seem like some men enjoy men more than they enjoy women, but they marry women because they're supposed to, but their affections, their time, their
Yeah.
energy, their vulnerability
Yeah.
is giving space for men
Mm.
more than so.
Men do not always marry the woman they're in love with. Men will marry a woman who is with them when they get ready to settle down.
Another angle. Could this be the reason why a man would date a girl for a very long time, 2 to 3 years or even more, break up with her and get married to someone new in less than 3 months? In less than 3 months or less. Could it be the reason?
Men marry women that they don't love often. We talk about this so much thanks to this app. It's more aware now. And I remember seeing this viral video of this older man, and his message was to younger men, telling them, do not marry the woman that you want. Instead, marry the woman that wants you. Because the woman that wants you is going to be more committed to you. She's going to want to stay with you more. And rather than the woman that you want, because the woman that you want likely doesn't want you back the same way. And just hearing that, it's like, that's not fair. That you're being with a woman, taking advantage of her. Because unless you tell her to her face saying, I'm actually in love with you the way that you are with me. I actually want this other woman, but she doesn't like me back, so I'm just settling for you. If you don't say that to her face, that's manipulation. That's taking advantage of her. And so much of the time, men are projecting exactly what they do to women. They'll project that and say that that's what women do. And that's how their brains work. Because if they were in the same position, they're like, they would do that.
Is it true that when men are ready to marry or commit, they just go for whomever they are with at the moment and not necessarily who they love? Now, I'll tell you something about male commitment, okay? You have two different types of men. And this pretty much encompasses everybody that I've ever met. A man will commit to a woman if they share all of the same goals, virtues, values, and morals, okay? If they have fun together, if they find the same things fun, the extracurriculars, if they enjoy travel, anything that they enjoy together. Those are the ones that we perceive as perfect matches, okay? But then you have another type of man that will commit regardless of length of time with you. He will commit to you if he feels as though long term you will not hold him accountable. Okay, now what I mean by that is he knows that you will remain a constant at home while he still goes out with minimal risk and does everything he wants to do with no accountability. He has the safe net, okay? You are the safety net at home. Knowing that you're a constant, knowing that he has a caretaker, so to speak, and he can still go out here. So what I can tell you is, regardless of how long you've been with someone, if you guys have a lot of different virtues and values, if you do not see eye to eye on most anything, if you enjoy doing completely opposite things, at some point, you are going to be faced with a decision, okay? You're going to be faced with, is this man with me because I am easy for him, or is he with me because he loves me? Because it's one or the other.
Did you know that many men marry women they don't love? and marry you because of many reasons. Perhaps there was pressure. Maybe you got pregnant, or his family were pressuring him to marry and you seemed the decent one. Or maybe the pressure was coming from you. Some men marry because they're selfish. They don't really believe marriage is going to stop them from enjoying their best lives. Some men marry because they think they love you. Some marry because all their friends have gotten married and they're left out and they need to find somebody who makes sense. And only a few truly marry because their hearts ain't best. When we are marriage hungry and we are prepared to do whatever it takes to get the ring, we become victims. We make ourselves victims. We walk into the perfect position to be married for the wrong reasons. And when we finish and come to the other side of an unloving marriage, we're broken. Because a woman's soul needs to be loved in exactly the way a man who loves a woman loves. Wholly. Completely.
Ever since I heard this theory, I cannot get it out of my mind. Men marry the woman in front of them at the time they are ready to get married. Let's talk about it. So I was scrolling through TikTok one day, as we all do, and I came across this photographer. She's obviously been at a lot of weddings, and she observed that the men were marrying the woman in front of them at the time that they were ready to get married, implying that that wasn't necessarily that man's soulmate or that man's love of his life. It was just the girl he was dating at the time he was ready to get married and settle down. Like, when you decide, especially a man, when a man decides that he is financially and emotionally ready for marriage and ready to settle down and ready to start a family, he takes a way different approach to dating. That part in his brain of like, oh, there's another girl out there, shuts off. Because now his focus is on marriage. It's not in finding the next best thing. Are y'all following? Like, do you agree? Do you disagree? I need to know.
You're giving men way too much credit. They don't marry because they know they marry when it's convenient. I disagree with this well, partially. I think some men marry for convenience, just like some women marry for convenience. But they don't necessarily know that's what they're doing. And I also think that so many people don't understand that soulmate connection is real and can happen for them. Let's take my dad, for example, because he's a real person that I know very well. My parents were met and married in 32 days. However, it was not the convenient choice. My dad was 30 when he met my mom, but before he met my mom, he was actually engaged to someone else. Not because they were soulmates, but because he had never witnessed a soulmate experience before. He didn't know it existed, and he thought that's just how relationships went. They were really hard most of the time, they kind of sucked, they fought a lot, but it was as good as it was going to get. Or so he thought. He had dated a ton of people his whole life and ended up in a spot where he really liked her family and life was comfortable, and he thought, this could work. Just like you said, it was a relationship of convenience. But he didn't realize that. He didn't know that's what it was. He just thought, like, I guess this is how life is. Until his best friend sat him down and said, look, man, I know you're engaged and all, but this is not your girl. She's not the one for you. And they talked about it, and he realized that he was marrying her for the wrong reasons. And so he sat her down and he called off the wedding. Soon after, when he was not looking for a new relationship, he met my mom, and his life shifted upside down. Now, it was not convenient for him to fall in love with her. It was not convenient for him to marry her and have her move across from a different country to here to be with him, and then deal with visas and this and that and all these things. But when they met each other, they both instantly knew that they were meant to be together. And my mom came from parents who despised each other for 30 years before they got divorced. And my dad's parents also were together still, but miserable. Neither of them had ever experienced anything like soulmate love. And they'd never even heard the word. But when they met, they felt it and they knew. So while you're partially true, some men and some women do just marry out of convenience or fear of being alone or a million other reasons why they get married. But if you're one of the lucky ones to either happen upon your soulmate or know that it's possible and manifest and heal and wait for it, then you might get to experience the when you know experience. And it's awesome. So both can be true.
Why do many men marry if they don't feel love? Because marriage is not for love. I keep telling y'all. Somebody told you that, but it's just not true. It's just not true. Marriage, the first marriage was not for love. Okay? It was for property. Okay? It was for protection. Okay? It's not for love. There are so many arranged marriages in the world still today. It's not for love. Okay? Only poor people marry for love. And then they figure out that marriage is not created for love. They feel stupid. Love doesn't need contracts. Love doesn't need paperwork. Love doesn't need courthouses. Think about it. Why do rich men get married? To preserve their legacy, to pass their money on, generational wealth. Think about this. Legally, nobody can come and take that crap because they got papers. No woman can pop up and say, this is my man, not yours. Bitch, I got paperwork. It's mine. I'm getting all the money. You know I don't curse. Excuse me. I got caught up in the moment. But yes, just like you got paperwork on your animals. When they come up missing, you got that chip in them, you got the paperwork, that's your dog. The vet will call you, excuse me, we found your animal. Okay, I'm going to come pick them up.
At first into it anyway, and then once they get fed up, they disappear. What do we call them?
Ma'am, thank you for that video. Excuse the crazy here. It's called irresponsibility. And no, they don't want to take accountability for it. And yes, you're 1,000% correct. Everybody go back and watch her video. She's talking about a Twitter thread. Lord, hell of crazy. I just came from the gym, y'all. She's talking about a Twitter thread that men are on the thread. And the question on that thread was, how many of you married men, how many of you think about just picking up and leaving and never coming back? And the thread is littered with men saying, I'm about to leave. I don't even care that I got kids. In her video, the screenshot she captured, I think the bottom one said, I'm leaving soon. The guy above that said, it's going to be heartbreaking to leave my son, but yeah, I'm leaving. Yeah, they don't care. So ladies, this is what we're talking about when we say you're marrying these people, you want to have kids with them. You literally, it's no guarantees. Marriage is not beneficial for women. Men can come in and promise anything. I literally just made a video yesterday, I think it was, or the day before. Anyway, where I said, I don't care about, this kind of ties back to that video with the child support. I don't care what promises he made or how truthful he was. Because you could be truthful and feel 100% in your feelings today and change your mind tomorrow. And that's what a lot of them do. So if you're sitting here swallowing all of this as a woman and not knowing where to go, that's your answer. When you see married men can get on a thread and tell you, yes, I think about leaving all the time. And I'm not saying it's all men, but it's all until it's not. So there you go. All right. It's disrespectful in the fact that women come to it. This even negates that podcaster who said that men marry for the right reasons. No, they don't. They're disingenuous. Most of them are. And if you think your man is different, you're going to learn someday. Have a good day.
But a lot of men won't tell you is that they care a lot about what their family and friends think of their partner. So instead of doing what would genuinely make him happy, they do what is going to impress other people, only to cheat on that woman with the woman that they would really like to marry. Then they'll be married for a while, complain about being miserable because they're not really attracted to that woman. She's boring. They don't have anything in common. They have 2 different sex drives. This laundry list of things that he knew good and well going into that marriage and could have avoided if he had just married the woman that he loved.
I get a lot of compliments from men on a daily basis. They find things to compliment me on. My hair, my skin, my body, my smile, my personality, whatever it is. Like, they like the way I laugh. Some man told me he loved the way I laugh. I hear these things on a regular basis. And before you judge me in my work clothes, this is how I look outside of my work clothes. Now, I said all that to say this. I don't care about those compliments. The best compliments come from women anyways. I care about women's compliments more than I care for men, because I know men's compliments are usually very disingenuous. Don't care about your compliment. The best compliment as a man that you could ever give me is, nah, she ain't wifey material. I can't think of a compliment better than that. Because the reason why I say that is because this. I know that most men don't marry for love. Most men marry for convenience. We know this because the moment things become inconvenient in their marriage or their relationship, they are ready to cheat, or they are ready to just leave altogether, right? The moment a woman gains weight or lets herself go after he begged her for 3 kids and she let herself go now, right? You damaged her. Now you're complaining that she's damaged in whatever psychological way. She ends up getting sick, or she gets cancer, or she has to have a breast removed or something like that. You guys are ready to fail. So we know that you don't love. You didn't marry for love because you're not capable of love. Shout out to Princella. It just is what it is, right? That's not love. If you're ready to bail or cheat or whatever when things get inconvenient for you, that's not love. Now, the reason why I appreciate the I'm not a wifey, and only half of my male friends think this about me. The other half think I'm incredible. And most of my family and friends think that as well. But then the other half that says that to me, or when men say that to me, the reason why that's such a compliment is because when I hear you say that, what I hear is, she's not a dumb bitch. I'm not going to be able to fool her. I'm not going to be able to control her. I ain't going to be able to put a wool over her eyes. It's too many men who want her. Blah, blah, blah. That's what I hear when I hear men say that. And I love that compliment. Now, does that mean I think all wives are dumb or stupid or whatever? No, I don't think that at all, actually. But I do know that the vast majority of men think that about y'all. That's why they married you. Most of them marry women who they think are most likely going to put up with their bullshit. The sooner you guys understand that men marry for convenience and not love, the better off you will be. They don't marry for love. They're not even capable. You may come across 7 or 8 men in the world who can actually love for real, and that's only because they have gone against their nature and they have disciplined themselves and they have learned to self-master. Most men are not doing that. It takes too much work to look at themselves in the mirror and to change who they are. It takes way too much work to do that, and they're not going to do it. So at the end of the day, the moment y'all realize that men do not marry for love, they marry for convenience, the better off y'all will be. I will take that compliment over you're pretty, your hair is beautiful, your skin is beautiful, I love the way your body is shaped, blah, blah, blah. I would take that compliment over all of that any day. Like I said, I get the most compliments from like older white ladies for some reason. I don't know what that's all about. But I will take a compliment from a woman or kids any day before I take one from a man. Y'all's compliments don't mean nothing to me. I don't care how sexy you think I am. I don't care how you like the sound of my voice. I don't care. It means nothing. I know y'all don't love, and that's the end of that. Take care now.